Hi guys, what's going on and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're going to be breeding some zebra danios. So to breed zebra danios, it's really easy. So actually all you need is, so I got a container here and I've also got a plant basket. So in this container you can see I've just used some screws and I've screwed those in there. And I'll show you now in a minute what I'm using those for. So you just need a container, any size is alright really, doesn't really matter. And then you got these pond plant baskets, so they use them actually for pond plants in ponds, but they're perfect for what we need them for. So we're just going to put this pond basket, we're just going to put that right in by there, so on the screws as you can see there. And that'll work perfectly like that. And it needs to be, the reason for that is it needs to be a little bit off the bottom of the container so the eggs can fall through. That's really important because otherwise the parents will actually eat their own eggs, of course, after they've spawned, and we don't want that happening. Right, so at the moment it's about 7 o'clock in the evening, and so we're going to put them in tonight, and then hopefully by the morning they would have spawned, because they like to spawn early-ish in the morning when the lights go on. So that's what we're going to do now in a minute, and then in the morning we'll just take them out here, and there should be eggs then in the bottom of the container. Also very important, of course, is to have a lid on top of the container because the zebra danios do like to jump, so you want to make sure they can't jump out. So at the moment it's actually winter here, so I'm going to be hanging this container in a tank that's at 22 degrees. In the summer I would just leave it out because it's warm enough. For now we're going to put it in a tank. So now we're going to talk about how to tell the difference between a male and a female zebra danio. So it's actually really simple. So this is a male here, and he's really thin basically and long. So that's how you see a male. And this is a female. You can see she's a lot rounder and bigger and got a big belly full of eggs. And that's basically how you tell the difference. There's also a few other things, like the male will have a bit different color, like a bit more goldish color compared to the female. Like the female looks a bit more bland in color. But it's actually really simple, and also from above you'll be able to see really well that the male is like thin and long, and the female is also long, quite long, but a lot thicker and bigger. You also want to make sure you of course condition these guys, so feed them high protein stuff like bloodworms and baby brine shrimp, stuff like that. Frozen foods will really get them conditioned. So I'm going to be setting it up in this middle tank here. So what I'm going to do is grab my container, put it in, and fill it up with water. Just like that. And then I'm going to grab my plant basket and drop that in as well. So as you can see, I've got the container set up with the plant basket in there, so that's all good. And the plant basket is hanging a little, above the bottom of the container, so the eggs can fall through. So that's all good as well. And you want to make sure you have got this, because otherwise the eggs will stay in the basket, the plant basket, and the parents will just eat the eggs. So now I think it's time to add the parents. So actually first I'm going to also add some moss, of course, to the plant basket. So here you can see I got some nice moss here, just a little clump is enough. I'll just chuck that in there and then let it float in there, and they can do their spawning in there in the morning. Right, now it is time to actually add the parents or the adults. So here you can see I got the adults. I already told you how to tell the difference between male and female, so you should be good with that. And we're just going to add them now to the plant basket. There we go, that's all done. Now we're going to put the lid on. Before we put the lid on, I'm just going to give you a good look on what's happening like now. So as you can see, they're in there. They are pretty active, and in the morning they should spawn. So we're going to see in the morning what happens. But this is all good for now, so I'm going to put the lid on and I'll get back to you tomorrow morning and we'll see if they've spawned.